What's going on, amazing people? Welcome back to another player review that we have today for you guys. Weston McKENNIE, man. I'm very excited to bring this one because this is a player, to be honest with you guys, I did not think I was going to do. But our boys in the chat, some of them were, like most of them, it was just a divided opinion on the player. Some were like yes, some were like no. He doesn't seem like he'll be a player that I would like. So some of them were even saying he's a player that they would not like. And for me personally, when I looked at him, I got to be honest with you, I was like, no, not doing him. But after playing with him, man, I'm glad that I did. And for a couple of reasons. It gives me a chance to try him out actually with the Davies card. The left back, I don't know if it's Davis, however you guys want to say it, Davies. But we tried him out with the left back, and we also have Perisic, the 87 from the season progress. And he links with him, and he gives me a variety of players to use, so I can use Bundesliga teams and everything like that. This is the team we used. Actually, I changed Zambrotta to Semedo before we started the games, so I went with that. But this McKENNIE, the thing I like about him and the reason we want to use them in this squad is because I wanted to see, I usually play a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1 narrow or wide, but I wanted to try the narrow formation with him, obviously, just to see how good he is. I didn't want to just put him as a CDM, and obviously I don't think he's a cam, so I wanted to see him in a CM position. In a 4-4-2, he would be a CM as well, but just like I said, with these players, it would make it easier to kind of just try a different formation than 4-1-2-1-2. But as you guys can see, his stats, they're not bad. I put engine on him for the pace, dribbling, and passing, because I wanted to see those things mainly. I don't think he was going to shoot for me much, so I wanted to boost up the attributes that I felt most likely will improve him and make him better for me. And as you guys can see, defensively, the player looks like he's basically a rock. Basically a rock defensively. When you look at the stats, you'll think like, oh, this card can be amazing. And if you boost the defending a little bit more, you could play him as a CDM and just play him there. I think that personally is his best position for a lot of people. For me, I was glad to try him as a CM, and oh boy, am I glad I did. He was exciting. He felt like when he goes into a tackle, he feels strong on the ball. You know what I mean? Like there's some players that go into tackle and you just don't feel like he can win it back. When this guy goes into a tackle, you feel like he actually hurts his opponent. When he goes into a tackle, he's not taking any prisoners. He's just going in there and just wrecking some bungholios, as you see right here, man. I did not expect this from him, to be honest with you. Today, I just wanted to shoot with him. I wanted to try him. I wanted to see if he can be an offensive threat. Maybe not as much of a defensive threat as much as he is an offensive, but defensively, he was amazing. I wanted to see if he can give me a little bit of offense, and that hit right there proves to us that he has a couple of things that he can do well for us. But right here, he wins that ball back, and just a beautiful, like, I just wanted to test his turns and stuff like that, and he doesn't feel as heavy as I thought he would. In some cases, he does, obviously, with the gameplay. It changes servers, you know, all that stuff. It changes a little bit. But right there, we do Zambrotta a little bit dirty, and right here, he holds off Zambrotta very well to get into the box, drag back, gives him a little bit, and then, obviously, you know, he couldn't dribble, but guess what? He gets the ball back, and then he just goes in, and I'm just trying right here. I'm just trying right here to see how much wiggle I can do with him, how much wiggle sticks he can do, and then I should have actually cut that out of the video, but I forgot. It doesn't matter. No, actually, I kept that there to show you guys, like, he actually can shoot, but don't depend on him. Like, if there's a lot of people when they do SBCs, or like they look at player stats, they're thinking, oh, you know, okay, this player shouldn't be able to shoot that well. And then when he scores for them a banger and he misses 6 in a row, they start thinking like, hey, he should have scored that. That's not how it works, and that's not what I was expecting with him. Right there, beautiful movement inside the box, dribbling, just left stick, and he does well with a beautiful interception there. His range of, I don't know if you want to call it range of motion or range of whatever it is, but right here, man, look at this. Pop, see ya! And then he just turns around and shoots that ball, man, beautifully inside the box. But the like his size and his range and his ability to win the balls and his extension on winning a ball is absolutely phenomenal. Because he has that speed a little bit, he has the agility, he has all that good stuff for defensive awareness and whatnot. You feel like he can win the ball right here. He just goes into a tackle, and there's no way you're coming. There's no way somebody else is coming from that tackle. And this one right here is another poor example. I tried to finesse that ball with his right. If you guys can see, that's why he shot a finesse, but they took it with his left. But that's FIFA for you. But like I was saying, like when he goes into a tackle, you can feel it. Like, you know, your opponents will feel like, okay, I don't want to go against that guy. And another banger, man. Every time I try to talk about his defensive stats, he does well in offense. But yeah, you gotta expect him to be a main defensive first, and then with the ability, maybe from time to time, to surprise you on offense, as he did for me today. But like I said, let's go with the strengths. Tackling, intercepting. Those two things will be phenomenal for you. As you guys can see right here, whether you're controlling him or not. For me, I usually manually control my players, and that's why most of the time, like most of the time I don't get the animations with when you manually tackle. When you manually intercept, you don't get the same animations as like AI. It's just weird, but we all know AI gets reward more than the manual. But tackling, interceptions, size as well. Size is a big factor of why this player actually enjoyed using him. Now, for the weaknesses, obviously you'll notice the shooting is not going to be his main thing for you that you're going to be looking for from this card. I don't think you should be absolutely trying to shoot with him bangers and stuff like that, but by all means, man, try to get up the field with him. He'll give you passes like this, and the one you saw to Davis, the left back, he was very enjoyable for me to do. And if I had to give him a rating from a scale of 1 to 10, I would give him a 7. He didn't wow me as much as Tonali, the 84, like SBC or anything like that, but he does some very nice stuff. And for a variety of players, like for a variety player for me to create Bundesliga teams, he's fantastic. I would highly suggest you guys do him if you guys have a Bundesliga team. We compare him right here to, I'm not even going to try to say that Belgian's name, but Delaney and the Belgian player from the Milestone. So the Milestone, you can get him by just grinding the game. McKENNIE, you have to do an SBC. Delaney, you can buy off the market. But you'll see here, like, the attributes are very similar, man. You'll see, like, a lot of the things that you might want in a player. Now, McKennie's medium. Both of those guys are high. So if you really care about the work rates that much, maybe look into that. But you'll see as the in-game stats, man, they're very comparable. The total stats, they're very comparable. So you have to decide on whether you're willing to spend the coins or not. So the speed, you'll see has that. You'll see the shot power is there as well. You'll see a lot of the things as well that surprised me that didn't look good in here, where his shooting, his passing, all that stuff just didn't seem like it was going to be amazing, but he actually did very well for me. Like the short passing, 88, and then 80, but I was actually able to switch the ball and play L1 triangles with him. The reactions, obviously here I'm highlighting the agility and balance of the Belgian, much better. But boys and girls, trust me, if you enjoy different players and different SBCs, make sure you guys pick up this card. Like I said, I gave him a 7 out of 10, but maybe like with a Bundesliga team and stuff like that you guys enjoy, you guys might like this player. Please let me know if you guys completed him. Like, share, subscribe on the channel if you guys are new, and please leave a comment down below if you guys used him and let me know what you guys think about him, or follow us on Twitter and let me know on Twitter what you guys think of this player. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.